Today we're going to head out on our Crossplane R1. We're over 32,000 miles already, and it is just running every bit as good as a brand new bike. I have maintained it. I've owned it since it was new, done all the maintenance, did all of the things that you would do to make the chains last, the sprockets, replaced the rear sprocket with a Sprox, constantly putting new tires on it, so it's never on tires that are anything but the best I can get on it. I'm real fussy about the tire pressure. I check it every time I ride the bike, and I've had various tires, Michelin 3s, Michelin 2s, and the Michelin 2s that are on there now, I already put on a Pirelli Angel front tire. I have the matching back tire, but I think this has about another 1,000 miles and I'll be done with it. Now I'm up super early before the chickens, because we don't even have any chickens anymore. The chickens are all winterized. Anyway, it is supposed to be a fabulous fall day. I wanted to get out early and I want to ride the R1. That's a good reason to get up early in the morning. Set your alarm clock early. We'll be out on the road soon. There's only a couple little things to do. And it is a fabulous day. This time of year, we're coming up on the end of maybe the really nice weather, but it's still nice today. And my goal is always, ride every day you can. So before we can do anything, it's always play parking lot attendant, move the bikes around. I guess that's the fun of having a small bike collection and an even smaller garage. Now while I'm having my coffee this morning, I'm always just trying to envision what the MT-09 is going to look like with the silver wheels. I'm so looking forward to doing the work on the MT-09, but boy, I'm very happy. When I did the wheels on this bike, I think it changed the whole look of the bike. And needless to say, we're going to find out over the winter. That'll be one of our ongoing projects, but today we want to ride the R1. Today we want to fly corporate jets. They just keep going over the house. Look at the trees, are still beautiful here. The jets are flying over, and it is a heavenly day. Just a heavenly day here in Rutherford, New Jersey. Now we're all pre-flighted up, ready to go. One more cup of coffee for the road and we will be ready. Oh, already thinking about those silver wheels on the MT-09. And without that, we're not going to have much fun today. One more cup of coffee and I'll be ready for the open road. Oh, it's turning out to be a beautiful day today. Final weather check, we may even go into the 60s by lunchtime. And guaranteed fallen leaves everywhere. Let's get rid of all that moisture out of the exhaust system. Oh, it's time to ride. Now that Crossplane R1 has such a unique sound. When you're riding the bike, you're actually on it. The sound, especially at a high RPM, you back off the gas and it's got a sound that's unlike any other. I have I have other 4-cylinder bikes. This bike is the one that sounds the coolest to me, anyway. Now, I have 2 exhaust systems for this bike. One I made, and this is the stock one on there now. And the stock one is quite a bit quieter than the one I made. But even this one has that unique cross-plane, I don't know how to describe it. When you're riding the bike, it's mesmerizing. It's really mesmerizing.
This just has to be one of the most beautiful times of the year in this part of the country, no matter where we ride.
No, I think it's just like the MT-09 the Yamaha engineers got. The torque down low on this bike, it's spread nice. And then just when you think everything's done, at about 10 grand, those velocity stacks come up off, and it turns into a 4-barrel carburetor.
Now, so many of these roads have fresh pavement on them. It's just beautiful. Just go back and forth on a fresh pavement.
Now, when I bought the bike back in '09, and I bought it new, the magazines ranted and raved about how great the engine was and how the power band, there was article after article. And the first time I rode it and got it broken in and got it out on the open road, they were right. That is a very unique power band on this engine.
Still some flowers around. God, this late in the season. Amazing.
And boy, this engine is bulletproof. 32,000 miles. It has never, the starter motor went bad on it. I don't know why. After 4 or 5 years putting a starter in, I have a video how I did it, actually several videos. That's been the only thing that's ever happened to this bike that's been an issue in 32,000 miles. Now, when I bought this bike, I picked it up from Motorcycle Mall on a day I was so anxious to ride it. I got halfway home and it started snowing. It was in the middle of the winter, and I was so careful coming in the driveway, opening the drive, brought it into the garage, and didn't put the kickstand down all the way.
It is literally snowing leaves here. It's actually snowing leaves everywhere we go here today. What a beautiful fall day.
Now, luckily, when I dropped the bike on the day I got it, and didn't drop it, the kickstand wasn't down all the way. I wasn't familiar with it, but I had rugs in the garage. Nothing happened. It just pushed the mirror back, didn't even scratch the paint. And I thought, wow, am I blessed. I was really excited the day I bought this bike. Now, it seems like 2009 was 100 years ago when I bought this bike and it was new. In my mind, it's still a brand new bike. Over the years, I've modified it to suit my riding style and make it comfortable. But it's always an enjoyable bike to ride. I ran into this more than once today. Watch this. And I was real careful. I know these guys wear headphones and stuff, and it just blows a bunch of leaves up in my face. Nice guys. Nice. No respect for crossplanes. And I've come around the corner many times and had the landscapers have those trucks and trailers open in the back, and they're on blind turns. They park them. I don't know what they're thinking. I often thought, what a way to just ride into the back and up into the trailer. I'm not sure. And in those 32,000 plus miles, I have had some wonderful adventures on this bike. I have had some great rides, group rides, rides with Luciano, and there's just memories tied up in this bike. You sit in the saddle, you turn the engine on, and it all comes flooding back to even that first day when I dropped it in the garage. And there's usually times somewhere in the ride, usually toward the end, that I just get a little lazy and I find some back road I haven't been down before, and it's usually twisty and full of leaves, and it just always adds a little bit of an adventure to every ride, always a little bit of fun. But then I'm always glad to get back out on the main road and go through the gears. just some parts of these back roads are just so covered with leaves and so many twists and turns and so many unexpected little things happening. I just enjoy going at this speed right here. Well, it's that time of the ride, time to turn around and head back, see what's going on at the house. And every time I turn the Crossplane around, there's just so many memories to this bike. When you have a bike from the day it's new and it's an unmolested bike, nobody else has ever ridden it, oh, it's just, you develop a very close relationship with it. That's all I can say. And we're home and life is good. Karen's already got the coffee on. It just couldn't be a nicer morning. We are going to enjoy every minute of this day. So another spectacular day, just weather-wise, this couldn't be better. It's unbelievable how good the weather's been. I don't know how to even define this, Indian summer or whatever, Indian fall, who knows what. We are really we're taking good advantage of it. We're getting a lot of riding in. So hopefully you enjoyed sharing a ride with us, sharing our little adventures with motorcycling, sharing the passion of motorcycling, whether it's touring bikes or dirt bikes or trial bikes or drag bikes, or just bikes you want to get up, ride out of your driveway and have some fun. They're all good. Now, I wanted to put my little humble bike collection together, having one bike from every 10-year period that I've been involved in motorcycling. I wanted it to represent all the things that I wanted to have along the way when going through the years. Some of these bikes, when they were new, I couldn't afford them, or I didn't have other reasons. I had too many bikes at the time. But now that I'm at this point in my life and I'm retired, I want to have them all. I want to have one from every 10-year period, and I do. And it's really nice that I can get to ride them all, ride every day, and ride pretty much a different one at least every other day. And it adds a good dimension to my life. It gives me plenty of exercise. It keeps me young. It keeps me mentally alert. I can't say, they've really added a positive dimension to my life. So if you enjoyed the video, I hope you share it with your friends. And of course, I hope, most of all, that we'll see you tomorrow. And thanks again for watching.